Hello, everyone. Welcome to another lesson at English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine. So, Marco, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to be talking about a popular topic all over the world, and that is smoking.
Well, not so popular in the States right now, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing. In every country in the world now, they are becoming more strict on smoking and where you can smoke. So it's becoming very difficult for smokers nowadays.
Well, it's a good reason to want to quit.
And that's what we're going to be talking about today is quitting smoking.
Well, before we get going, we do have a really important phrase that we should preview in today's vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so on vocabulary preview, we're going to take a look at this word, pack of smokes.
Pack of smokes.
A pack of smokes.
So smokes is a word for cigarettes. It's the same thing, smokes or cigarettes.
Right, but a pack is, like 20 cigarettes.
It's a box of cigarettes. You buy them in a pack. You don't just buy one at a time. So, again, the phrase is pack of smokes.
Pack of smokes. So why don't we listen to our dialogue for the first time and see what's going on with this smoker.
It smells like an ashtray in here.
Hi, honey. What's wrong? Why do you have that look on your face?
What's wrong? I thought we agreed you were going to quit smoking.
No. I said I was going to cut down, which is very different. You can't just expect me to go cold turkey overnight.
Look, there are other ways to quit. You can try the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gum. We spend a fortune on cigarettes every month. And now laws are cracking down and not allowing smoking in any public place. It's not like you can just light up like before.
I know. I really am trying, but I don't have the willpower to just quit. I can't fight with the urge to reach for my pack of smokes in the morning with coffee or after lunch. Please understand.
Fine, I want a divorce.
Sorry, I just smoked a pack of cigarettes.
You do smoke, don't you?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
All right, so it is a little bit extreme, though. I mean, he's divorcing her because she won't quit.
Well, some people really are health conscious and are afraid of the negative side of smoking, which has a lot of health side effects.
Yeah. Well, as he was complaining about all the negative effects and the negative aspects of smoking, he did mention, both of them mentioned a lot of great words and phrases, so why don't we take a look at them now in Language Takeaway?
Language takeaway.
Well, this first word is a word that's very important for any smoker who goes to a bar or a restaurant and needs to put the ash somewhere, right? So when you smoke, there's some ash, there's some messy, dirty stuff, and you need an ashtray to collect it.
An ashtray.
So an ashtray is something that's usually round or square, and you put it on a table, and it's just very helpful to keep the house clean or restaurant clean. So if you're in a restaurant, you say, hey, can I have an ashtray, please?
Mm-hmm. So the residue or the stuff that when you're smoking, it comes out the gray, I don't know, like dust. It's called ash.
Right. And this is a tray. But the complaint here is, it smells like an ashtray in here. That means it smells really, really bad in here.
Yeah, it smells like cigarettes.
Yeah, so that word again is ashtray.
Ashtray, all right. Well, and the guy was complaining, and he said, well, I thought you were going to quit smoking. And she said, no, I said I was going to cut down.
She says it's very different from quitting smoking. So, Marco, maybe we should talk about how cutting down and quitting are different.
All right, so if I say I'm going to cut down on smoking, it's just I'm going to smoke less.
Okay, so let's take an example. I smoke 10 cigarettes a day, but I want to cut down. How many should I smoke later? Maybe
like 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Instead of quitting, so if you quit smoking, that would mean 0.
0 cigarettes. No smoking anymore.
Right.
All right, so you can also cut down on carbs, like carbohydrates. So some people who cut down on carbs eat less bread. They don't eat any pasta. So these are really good ways of trying to talk about dieting as well as smoking.
Right. And I think we have a couple of examples of other ways we can use this phrase cut down. So let's listen to them now.
Example 1.
Our company has decided to cut down our workload, so from now on, we leave at 3 p.m. every Friday.
Example 2.
You should really cut down on the amount of salt you eat. It's not good for you.
Example 3.
My doctor told me I need to cut down on fatty foods because of my heart condition.
And when you want to smoke a cigarette, you have to do something first with some fire. So we call this lighting up.
To light up.
So lighting up, it doesn't mean turning on the light.
No.
It actually means using a lighter or some fire to start your cigarette.
Right, so you want to light up with a lighter, matches, or some sort of fire.
The husband says, it's not like you can just light up like before. That means it's not like you can just smoke like before. So
Right.
in some cases, light up means to smoke a cigarette. We're in a movie theater and someone lights a cigarette. And I say, oh, you can't light up in here.
Right, so you can't smoke in here.
You can't smoke in
It's
here.
another way of saying smoking. Very good. And she was explaining, how difficult it is, and she's trying to quit, but she said, I don't have the willpower to just quit.
Ooh, willpower. So this is an important word.
Willpower.
Willpower. You think of the main part of this word is will. That means the desire to do something. You want to do something.
So if I have willpower, I have strong willpower, what am I saying?
You're saying that you can make a decision and you can follow your decision. So I decide not to eat cake. I have very strong willpower, so I never eat cake. If I don't have strong willpower, maybe I sometimes
cake.
secretly eat cake in the middle of the night from my refrigerator.
So that happens, right? Sometimes you don't have strong enough willpower, so you kind of eat a little bit of cake.
Yeah, so-
Nobody's watching.
Exactly. And you can have willpower about lots of different things. So this is a great word, again, to use when you're talking about dieting or smoking or drinking.
Any type of maybe temptation.
Exactly.
All right. And well, she said she had this urge to reach for her pack of smokes.
Ooh, urge is another good one. And it's very similar to willpower, but an urge is kind of like a physical feeling that makes you want to do something.
So you have like this strong desire.
So I have the urge to go swimming today. I don't know why, but I really want to.
All right. You have an urge. Interesting word.
Pregnant women often have these kinds of things too. I have the urge to do something. We also call them cravings.
Oh, cravings or urge to do something. All right, interesting. So we've taken a look at these 5 great words, and I think we should listen to our dialogue again. We're going to slow it down just a little bit, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
It smells like an ashtray in here.
Hi, honey. What's wrong? Why do you have that look on your face?
What's wrong? I thought we agreed that you were going to quit smoking.
No, I said I was going to cut down, which is very different. You can't just expect me to go cold turkey overnight.
Look, there are other ways to quit. You can try the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gum. We spend a fortune on cigarettes every month, and now laws are cracking down and not allowing smoking in any public place. It's not like you can just light up like before.
I know. I really am trying, but I don't have the willpower to just quit. I can't fight with the urge to reach for my pack of smokes in the morning with coffee or after lunch. Please understand.
Fine, I want a divorce.
And we are back. So we have a great part of our show where we like to talk about some phrases that help you attain fluency. That means sounding like a native speaker of English. And today's phrases are wonderful.
All right, so let's take a look at them now in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So on Fluency Builder today, let's take a look at 2 different phrases, and let's start with the first one. She mentioned something about going cold turkey overnight. What is that phrase, cold turkey?
Now, this is a very strange phrase. Okay, so first of all, why would a turkey be cold? They have lots of feathers. And second of all, what does it have to do with cigarettes?
Right, so if I say I'm going cold turkey, what is that?
So just take this as a phrase. Don't think about the actual words because they won't make sense in this context. What we're talking about is quitting smoking entirely. You're not going to cut down. It means today I'm not going to smoke at all, and I'm never going to smoke again. That means never ever will I smoke another cigarette. So it's cold turkey.
So if I go cold turkey, it means I stop doing something immediately and suddenly and forever.
Entirely.
All right.
So you can use this phrase for different habits, different things that you do, like drinking, for example, or cutting down on sugar. But generally, we just say this about cigarettes.
So it's mostly related to smoking.
Yeah, so
Going cold turkey.
some people like to smoke less, like 1 cigarette a day or 1 cigarette a week. But going cold turkey is supposed to be the hardest.
Right. Okay. Going cold turkey. All right. And well, he was explaining the different negative aspects of smoking. He said, well, they spend a fortune on cigarettes every month. And he said, laws are cracking down. So if the laws are cracking down, what is he trying to say there?
Well, this is actually a very interesting point because in America right now, it's very hard to smoke in public places. So this means that the government is trying to stop people from smoking. So they say, no more smoking in public places, no more smoking in restaurants, no more smoking in bars. And so this means they're cracking down. They're making it harder to do something.
So they are becoming more strict. I think for this phrase, we should listen to a couple of more examples just to make sure we understand it.
Example 1.
The police are cracking down on drunk driving in our city.
Example 2.
Our school has really started to crack down on tardiness.
Example 3.
The president has passed a law that will crack down on possession of illegal substances.
All right, so the government is cracking down. Laws are cracking down.
Yeah, exactly. So this is an important one because you read this in the newspapers as well about certain laws and police action.
All right, great. So I think it's time for us to listen to this dialogue for one last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about this vice.
It smells like an ashtray in here.
Hi, honey. What's wrong? Why do you have that look on your face?
What's wrong? I thought we agreed you were going to quit smoking.
No. I said I was going to cut down, which is very different. You can't just expect me to go cold turkey overnight.
Look, there are other ways to quit. You can try the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gum. We spend a fortune on cigarettes every month, and now laws are cracking down and not allowing smoking in any public place. It's not like you can just light up like before.
I know. I really am trying, but I don't have the willpower to just quit. I can't fight with the urge to reach for my pack of smokes in the morning with coffee or after lunch. Please understand.
Fine, I want a divorce.
So, do you have a problem with this vice, as you call it? Are you a smoker?
I'm really not. I'm the type of person that could maybe smoke socially, like if we go out to a bar with drinks, a social smoker like they call it, right?
Yeah, I'm jealous.
But not really. You're a habitual smoker, right?
Right. Well, I'm trying to cut down. So as a habitual smoker, I often smoked every day. Sometimes I smoked a lot and sometimes I smoke less. But right now I'm in a period where I'm mostly quit.
Okay, almost.
Yeah, well, I haven't smoked in a while, and when I do, it's just 1 cigarette.
Now, it is interesting because, like we mentioned, laws are cracking down on where you can smoke, but also taxes and cigarettes are becoming much more expensive, right?
Absolutely, especially where I'm from in Chicago, it's easy to spend maybe $10 US or $12 US on 1 pack of cigarettes.
On a pack of cigarettes. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So, and you have people that can't help smoking 1 or 2 packs a day.
Yeah.
So how much is that a month? It's just an amazing amount of money.
Thousands of dollars. Well, and I have to say, though, a lot of my friends who used to smoke in America have quit. So this is maybe working.
The whole thing of making cigarettes more
Taxing.
expensive.
Yeah, making them much more expensive.
Now, another interesting thing, and what I was reading recently, is that, those warnings that come on cigarette packs
Yeah.
that says, smoking kills, smoking causes cancer. Actually, a study has proven that it's not effective, that people don't mind it or even worry about the cautions on the cigarette packages.
Well, as a smoker, I could say that, yeah, you generally, if you're going to smoke a cigarette, don't look at the label that much. You just, you throw it in your bag and you forget about it.
But it's actually gotten to the point where people choose the cigarette pack based on the picture. So it's like, oh yeah, give me the one with the black lungs, or give me that one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's not really working. I guess we're going to have to find other ways to make people more conscious about this vice.
We should.
But come to our website at englishpod.com. Tell us what you think about this vice, smoking. Is it good? Is it bad? Are you a habitual smoker or just a social smoker?
Yeah, we also have lots of great stuff, tools for you on our website, and expansion sentences and all that stuff that helps you continue your studies outside of, well, the car or your house. So check it out. Let us know what you think. And until next time.
All right, we'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Informal of saying cigarette.
Stogie.
A receptacle for tobacco ashes and cigarettes and cigars.
Ashtray.
The end of the cigarette which contains the filter and is placed into the mouth to smoke.
Butt.
Reduce the amount taken or used.
Cut down.
A solid, sticky substance that remains when tobacco is burned. It accumulates in the lungs of smokers and is considered carcinogenic.
Tar.
Immediate, complete withdrawal from something.
Cold turkey.
A mechanical device for lighting a cigarette, cigar, or pipe.
Lighter.
A patch that slowly releases nicotine into the body.
Nicotine patch.
A thin strip of wood or cardboard tipped with a chemical that ignites when scraped against a rough or specially treated surface.
Match.
Gum that slowly releases nicotine into the body.
Nicotine chewing gum.
Smoking a cigarette once, a puff. Share a cigarette with someone.
Drag.
To act more forcefully, to regulate or repress.
Crack down.
To start smoking a cigarette.
Light up.
The strength of mind to carry out a decision.
Willpower.
A strong impulse, inner drive, or yearning.
Urge.
A box of cigarettes.
Pack of smokes.
Let's try that faster. A receptacle for tobacco ashes and cigarettes and cigars.
Ashtray.
Informal of saying cigarette.
Stogie.
To start smoking a cigarette.
Light up.
A strong impulse, inner drive, or yearning.
Urge.
A box of cigarettes.
Pack of smokes.
A solid, sticky substance that remains when tobacco is burned. It accumulates in the lungs of smokers and is considered carcinogenic.
Tar.
The strength of mind to carry out a decision.
Willpower.
The end of the cigarette which contains the filter and is placed into the mouth to smoke.
Butt.
Immediate, complete withdrawal from something.
Cold turkey.
A patch that slowly releases nicotine into the body.
Nicotine patch.
Reduce the amount taken or used.
Cut down.
Smoking a cigarette once, a puff. Share a cigarette with someone.
Drag.
A thin strip of wood or cardboard tipped with a chemical that ignites when scraped against a rough or specially treated surface.
Match.
A mechanical device for lighting a cigarette, cigar, or pipe.
Lighter.
To act more forcefully, to regulate or repress.
Crack down.
Gum that slowly releases nicotine into the body.
Nicotine chewing gum.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Crack down. The police is cracking down on drunk driving in our city. Crack down. The president has passed a law that will crack down on possession of illegal substances. Crack down. Our school has really started to crack down on tardiness. Cut down. You should really cut down on the amount of salt you eat. It's not good for you. Cut down. Our company has decided to cut down our workload, so from now on we leave at 3 p.m. every Friday. Cut down. My doctor told me I need to cut down on fatty foods because of my heart condition. Light up. Honey, you can't light up here. We are in a non-smoking area. Light up. John is addicted to smoking. Anytime and anywhere he has a chance, he lights up immediately. Light up. The government is making it more difficult to light up with all these anti-smoking laws. Willpower. I don't have the willpower to stick to my diet. It's so hard. Willpower. Kathy is a workaholic. She needs to gather more willpower and refuse to work extra hours. Willpower. Willpower and discipline are essential to any person that wants to succeed in life. Urge. I was so angry at him that I felt a sudden urge to hit him. Urge. Last night, my wife got an uncontrollable urge to smoke every hour. It was weird. Urge. When Carol was pregnant, she once had an urge to eat a bacon and tuna sandwich. It was disgusting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we're talking a little bit about, well, kind of girly things.
That's right. We've talked about guys' shoes, women's shoes. So now we're going to talk about another aspect of women's accessories. We're going to talk about makeup.
Okay, so we're wearing makeup today, or actually we're buying makeup at the store. I never even knew there were so many kinds of makeup, so we're going to learn all about these in today's dialogue.
I'm hungry. Let's go grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, me too. Oh, can we stop at the shop really fast? I lost my makeup bag at the airport and I want to pick up a few things.
Will you take long?
No, 5 minutes, I promise.
Come on, we've been here for almost an hour. I thought you said you're only going to get a few things. How long does it take you to pick out a lipstick and some nail polish?
Are you crazy? You have no idea what you're talking about. Just for my eyes, I have to get eyeliner, an eyelash curler, eyeshadow, an eyebrow pencil, and mascara. Then I need to get foundation, liquid foundation.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you nuts? How much is all this going to cost? I'm looking at the price of each one of these little things and it's outrageous. This is basically a crayon.
What about you? You spend as much money or more on your razors, aftershave, cologne, and gel. Not to mention how much you spend on clothes and...
Fine, get the stupid $30 crayon.
All right, we're back. So obviously we're getting a lot of things for this girl, a lot of makeup. So I think there are a couple of things that we may not know about. So let's take a look at them now on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
So the first thing we're talking about today is a basic. Most women carry this around in their purses. It's called lipstick.
That's right. And as you said, this is a pretty basic thing. It's the kind of like paint that you put on your lips. And it's called a lipstick because it looks like a little stick.
Right, and you turn it with your fingers and it comes up, and then you turn it again and it goes down, basically keeping it from touching all of the things in your purse.
That's right, so lipstick. And, well, apart from this, we also have nail polish. And this is also very popular with the ladies when you paint your nails a certain color.
That's right. So polish is basically anything that makes something shiny. Mm-hmm. It's something that you add to surfaces. So you could add polish to wood on a table, but in this case, we're putting it on our nails. That is fingernails or toenails. So it's nail polish.
All right, very good. And now we're getting into the specific things, a lot of makeup that women use on their eyes. So, for example, the first thing she said, she needs to get an eyeliner.
Okay, so eyeliner is basically a pencil. This is what the guy is making fun of her about. He says it's just a pencil or a crayon for your eye. And so basically you use it to draw a line on the top or the bottom of your eye, your eyelid.
Okay, so yeah, it kind of looks like a marker, and it comes, I think, black and different colors, and then you paint little lines around your eyes to make them more pronounced.
Mm-hmm, so it's called an eyeliner.
Okay, and now we have an eyelash curler, and also, I think this is very important for the ladies.
Yeah, well, not everyone uses this. It's a little bit of a scary instrument. It looks like it might pop your eye out. It's something you use on your eyelashes. So those are the hairs that come off of your eye, and basically you use this to make them curly or to make them seem a bit longer and prettier. So an eyelash curler is something that it's like almost like a press or something for your eyelashes.
Okay, very good. And, well, now that we've got that covered, we move on to eyeshadow. And I think this goes on your eyelid, right?
That's right. Some people make it go further. They put it on their face above their eyelid, but that's a little bit crazy. I think eyeshadow generally goes, like you said, on your eyelid. And it can be in many different colors. So blue, pink, red, whatever. People sometimes go crazy with eyeshadow.
Okay. And now what about an eyebrow pencil?
This is basically a pencil for filling in or for coloring your eyebrows. Sometimes people like to make their eyebrows look darker or thicker, and so they use this pencil. It's usually brown or black, and they use it on their eyebrows.
So we've picked up a lot of vocab here related to your eye. For example, an eyelash, your eyelid. Now we're talking about the eyebrows, which are the hairs on top, more or less around your forehead. Mm-hmm. And now we also have another type of makeup called mascara.
This is another basic. So like we said earlier, lipstick is something you almost always find in a woman's purse. Well, mascara is another one of those things. Almost everybody wears mascara. This is kind of like a brush for your eyelashes, and it paints them a different color. So most women wear black or brown, and it makes your eyelashes look really long.
Oh, okay. Very good. So this is kind of like paint for your eyelashes. Mm-hmm. And now moving away from your eyelashes, we're buying also some foundation and liquid foundation.
Okay, so foundation is just a kind of base for your face. So foundation, like a building, is the very bottom. Well, in this case, it's something that you put on your cheeks, on your face in general, on your forehead, to kind of smooth your skin out and make it look all the same color or the same texture. And so foundation can be like we see here, either a powder, which is kind of like a dry substance, or you can use liquid foundation, which is, like it says, liquid. It's almost like a thick cream.
All right, so foundation is, as you said, I guess you just want to make your skin look the same color, the same texture, because obviously not everyone's skin is perfect. We all have some spots maybe or some different color on our face.
You say we like you wear foundation too. Do you wear makeup, Marco?
Well, I mean, we as people, because, you know. All right, no, none of this makeup for me, although I have used an eyelash curler once.
That's scary.
Well, my friends dared me to, so okay.
And
whatever.
you loved it.
Of course. Now I use it all the time. No. But what I do use is now things related to guys. So, for example, the girlfriend was saying, well, you buy razors and aftershave. So what are these things?
Well, razors aren't just a guy thing. Everyone can have a razor. It's basically a blade, like a very sharp piece of metal that you use to cut hair. So the hair on your legs, the hair on your face. These are things that you cut with a razor. And men use razors to shave their faces, shave their chins or above their lip.
All right. And well, actually, after we shave our beard, we put on a little bit of aftershave, which is basically kind of like alcohol that smells really nice.
That's right, because shaving can actually hurt your skin, or the hairs under your skin can become really itchy or irritated. And so aftershave helps make everything feel better.
Okay. And, sometimes we also use a little bit of cologne to smell nice. So women usually wear perfume, which is, all the perfumes like CK and Hugo Boss and all that stuff, as well as for guys, it's usually called cologne.
Okay, that's right. It's an important difference there because we don't say perfume for guys and we don't say cologne for girls. So women wear perfume, like you said, but men wear cologne. And this word is very funny looking. It ends with, it's spelled C-O-L-O-G-N-E. So you don't really say the G. It's not cologne.
Right.
It's cologne. And it's
Cologne.
something that you put on your neck or your face to smell really good if you're a man.
Exactly. And finally, if you have long hair or maybe you have very spiky hair like I do, you need to wear a little bit of gel to kind of give your head a little bit of shape.
That's right. So gel is actually the name of a kind of substance. It's not liquid, but it's not hard either. And it's basically thick, like paste that you put in your hair to keep it in one place.
Yeah, it makes your hair become a little bit hard, or it keeps your hairstyle in for a long time.
That's
basically.
right.
All right, so a lot of vocab here, a lot of things that we've picked up. Why don't we go back, review all this great vocab on our dialogue for today.
I'm hungry. Let's go grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, me too. Oh, can we stop at the shop really fast? I lost my makeup bag at the airport and I want to pick up a few things.
Will you take long?
No, 5 minutes, I promise.
Come on, we've been here for almost an hour. I thought you said you were only going to get a few things. How long does it take you to pick out a lipstick and some nail polish?
Are you crazy? You have no idea what you're talking about. Just for my eyes, I have to get eyeliner, an eyelash curler, eyeshadow, an eyebrow pencil, and mascara. Then I need to get foundation, liquid foundation.
Whoa. Are you nuts? How much is all this going to cost? I'm looking at the price of each one of these little things and it's outrageous. This is basically a crayon.
What about you? You spend as much money or more on your razors, aftershave, cologne, and gel. Not to mention how much you spend on clothes and...
Fine, get the stupid $30 crayon.
All right, we're back. So now we're going to take a look at 3 short phrases that we've picked out for you on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So this first phrase is something that we almost always say with our friends or family when we're hungry, we're shopping, sometimes you're outside and you just really want to eat. You say, hey, let's grab a bite to eat.
That's right. So this is a very natural, colloquial way of saying, let's go get something to eat, or let's go eat something.
So it could be small, it could be a snack like an ice cream, but it can also be dinner. So, hey, do you want to go grab a bite to eat sometime? That means, hey, do you want to go have lunch or dinner sometime?
Very good. So the phrase is grab a bite, or go grab a bite to eat.
So a bite can be a noun, like a thing, like a piece of food that you eat, but it can also be a verb, to bite, like, the dog bites the man. And so you have to be careful with this one. In this case, it's a noun.
Okay, very good. And, well, she wanted to first go to the store, and she said, I want to pick up a few things.
Well, usually when you pick something up, you take it from a table or from the ground. But in this case, it means to buy something because you can't just pick something up in a store and then walk away. You have to pay for it.
Right. So, for example, you can say, when you come home, can you pick up a carton of milk?
So that means, can you buy some milk on your way home? It doesn't mean, can you take some from someone else or steal some?
Exactly. All right, so to pick something up, to buy, to go and get, but obviously you have to pay. All right, and he used this very interesting phrase when she was getting all these things for her. He said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, are you nuts?"
Okay, so nuts is the important word here. It means crazy or out of your mind.
That's right. So it's another way of saying crazy. So if you call someone nuts or you say he's nuts, that means...
Yeah, like don't talk to him, he's nuts. Or he always does really dangerous things. He's nuts.
So he's a little bit crazy. So it's an adjective as to describe someone that's a little bit crazy or a little bit adventurous maybe.
But in this case, he's not actually saying she's a crazy person. He's saying, listen, this is so much stuff. Are you crazy? Or he's basically saying, do you really want to do this? This seems like a bad decision.
Exactly. So that's why he used the phrase, are you nuts? Okay, so a lot of great stuff there. Why don't we go back, listen to our dialogue for the last time, and we'll be back in a bit.
I'm hungry. Let's go grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, me too. Oh, can we stop at the shop really fast? I lost my makeup bag at the airport, and I want to pick up a few things.
Will you take long?
No, 5 minutes, I promise.
Come on, we've been here for almost an hour. I thought you said you were only going to get a few things. How long does it take you to pick out a lipstick and some nail polish?
Are you crazy? You have no idea what you're talking about. Just for my eyes, I have to get eyeliner, an eyelash curler, eyeshadow, an eyebrow pencil, and mascara. Then I need to get foundation, liquid foundation.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you nuts? How much is all this going to cost? I'm looking at the price of each one of these little things, and it's outrageous. This is basically a crayon.
What about you? You spend as much money or more on your razors, aftershave, cologne, and gel. Not to mention how much you spend on clothes and...
Fine, get the stupid $30 crayon.
All right, so talking about makeup, a lot of things here. Maybe I didn't mention a couple of things. I don't know. We took a look at the most important things, I think, right? But you also mentioned something, for example, cover-up. There's something, such makeup called cover-up.
Yeah, so cover up, it could be a couple of different things in English. For example, something that you wear to cover your body when you're at the beach. You know, you don't want to walk around and everyone can see you in your bathing suit. But when we're talking about makeup, a cover up is a thing that we use to hide blemishes or zits or pimples. So you know when you get a really small red dot on your face and you're embarrassed and it's ugly and you don't want anyone to see it? Well, cover up is a kind of makeup you use that looks like your skin color and you put it on top and you can't see the red anymore.
Okay, so you cover up your pimple.
Yeah, or you use cover up. It's a noun too.
Okay, and I've also seen that, many girls don't really wear too much lipstick anymore nowadays. They use this thing called lip gloss.
Okay, lip gloss. Remember we were talking about polish earlier? Well, gloss is a similar word. It means something that makes another thing shiny. And so lipstick can be very dry, can be very flat. But lip gloss is something that makes things look wet, makes things look shiny.
Okay, and actually one last thing before, when we talked about gel, I guess guys use gel, but women use this thing called mousse.
Or they could use gel too. Yeah. I don't think it's gender specific, but a lot of people use mousse. I know some men who use mousse as well.
Yeah.
Mousse is kind of like a foam. You know, it comes in a can and it goes...
Yeah, and it like inflates this white substance.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know.
Like whipped cream.
Like whipped cream, yeah. And you put it in your hair and it's very fluffy. And it's actually less strong. It's not like gel because if you put it in your hair won't look hard. But it will help shape your hair if you want to keep your hair in one place.
a lot of things here. I think in beauty and cosmetics, we have a lot of things, and probably we didn't even touch on half of the things that are out there. So if you have any questions or if you want to ask us anything at all about this lesson or anything else, the English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
To quickly get something to eat. To grab a bite. A cosmetic applied to thicken, lengthen, and darken the eyelashes. Mascara. A cosmetic coloring material applied to the eyelid. Eyeshadow. Passing reasonable bounds, intolerable or shocking. Outrageous. In a basic way, fundamentally or essentially. Basically.
Let's try that faster.
A cosmetic coloring material applied to the eyelid. Eyeshadow. In a basic way, fundamentally or essentially. Basically. To quickly get something to eat. To grab a bite. A cosmetic applied to thicken, lengthen, and darken the eyelashes. Mascara. Passing reasonable bounds, intolerable or shocking. Outrageous.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
To grab a bite. As soon as I got home from work, I grabbed a bite to eat, then went out again to pick up my kids. To grab a bite. Let's grab a quick bite at this rest stop, and then we're back on the road for another few hours. To grab a bite. I really need to grab a bite to eat soon, or else I'll pass out. Eyeshadow. I love wearing eyeshadow in bold colors, but I have to be careful not to look like a clown. Eyeshadow. She applied a light eyeshadow to her lid and a darker eyeshadow to her crease. Eyeshadow. Which shade of eyeshadow should I wear tonight? Mascara. Many women say that the one makeup item they could not live without is mascara. Mascara. First curl your lashes with an eyelash curler and then apply some mascara to your eyelashes. Mascara. Be sure to wear waterproof mascara on the day of your wedding. Outrageous. The prices in this store are outrageous. Outrageous. I find it outrageous that he would even suggest I was involved in the scandal. Outrageous. Her demands were so outrageous that I laughed in her face. Basically. Basically, she's saying that we shouldn't buy from this company because they mistreat their workers. Basically. This is basically a copy of the other computer program we were using, just easier to operate. Basically. These restaurants all serve basically the same type of food.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
To quickly get something to eat. To grab a bite. A cosmetic applied to thicken, lengthen, and darken the eyelashes. Mascara. A cosmetic coloring material applied to the eyelid. Eyeshadow. Passing reasonable bounds, intolerable or shocking. Outrageous. In a basic way, fundamentally or essentially. Basically.
Let's try that faster.
A cosmetic coloring material applied to the eyelid. Eyeshadow. In a basic way, fundamentally or essentially. Basically. To quickly get something to eat. To grab a bite. A cosmetic applied to thicken, lengthen, and darken the eyelashes. Mascara. Passing reasonable bounds, intolerable or shocking. Outrageous.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
To grab a bite. As soon as I got home from work, I grabbed a bite to eat, then went out again to pick up my kids. To grab a bite. Let's grab a quick bite at this rest stop, and then we're back on the road for another few hours. To grab a bite. I really need to grab a bite to eat soon, or else I'll pass out. Eyeshadow. I love wearing eyeshadow in bold colors, but I have to be careful not to look like a clown. Eyeshadow. She applied a light eyeshadow to her lid and a darker eyeshadow to her crease. Eyeshadow. Which shade of eyeshadow should I wear tonight? Mascara. Many women say that the one makeup item they could not live without is mascara. Mascara. First curl your lashes with an eyelash curler and then apply some mascara to your eyelashes. Mascara. Be sure to wear waterproof mascara on the day of your wedding. Outrageous. The prices in this store are outrageous. Outrageous. I find it outrageous that he would even suggest I was involved in the scandal. Outrageous. Her demands were so outrageous that I laughed in her face. Basically. Basically, she's saying that we shouldn't buy from this company because they mistreat their workers. Basically. This is basically a copy of the other computer program we were using, just easier to operate. Basically. These restaurants all serve basically the same type of food.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
To quickly get something to eat. To grab a bite. A cosmetic applied to thicken, lengthen, and darken the eyelashes. Mascara. A cosmetic coloring material applied to the eyelid. Eyeshadow. Passing reasonable bounds, intolerable or shocking. Outrageous. In a basic way, fundamentally or essentially. Basically.
Let's try that faster.
A cosmetic coloring material applied to the eyelid. Eyeshadow. In a basic way, fundamentally or essentially. Basically. To quickly get something to eat. To grab a bite. A cosmetic applied to thicken, lengthen, and darken the eyelashes. Mascara. Passing reasonable bounds, intolerable or shocking. Outrageous.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
To grab a bite. As soon as I got home from work, I grabbed a bite to eat, then went out again to pick up my kids. To grab a bite. Let's grab a quick bite at this rest stop, and then we're back on the road for another few hours. To grab a bite. I really need to grab a bite to eat soon, or else I'll pass out. Eyeshadow. I love wearing eyeshadow in bold colors, but I have to be careful not to look like a clown. Eyeshadow. She applied a light eyeshadow to her lid and a darker eyeshadow to her crease. Eyeshadow. Which shade of eyeshadow should I wear tonight? Mascara. Many women say that the one makeup item they could not live without is mascara. Mascara. First curl your lashes with an eyelash curler and then apply some mascara to your eyelashes. Mascara. Be sure to wear waterproof mascara on the day of your wedding. Outrageous. The prices in this store are outrageous. Outrageous. I find it outrageous that he would even suggest I was involved in the scandal. Outrageous. Her demands were so outrageous that I laughed in her face. Basically. Basically, she's saying that we shouldn't buy from this company because they mistreat their workers. Basically. This is basically a copy of the other computer program we were using, just easier to operate. Basically. These restaurants all serve basically the same type of food.
Have you ever been absolutely starving, rushing around, and a friend just says, "Hey, can we make a quick stop?"
Oh, yeah. The classic 5 minutes, I promise.
Exactly. Just need to pick up a few things, and you nod, right? You're thinking, okay, swift in and out.
And then bam, bam. An hour later, you're deep in the surprisingly complex world of personal care items.
Yeah, I've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Caught in that trap.
Definitely.
Well, today, that's exactly what we're diving into. This whole deep dive is about navigating that detailed landscape of makeup and personal grooming.
Yeah, we're going to unpack the specific items, what they actually do, the kind of surprising words people use for them.
And crucially, some of those everyday English phrases that always seem to pop up in these chats.
Right. The mission here is sort of to turn that accidental shopping trip into, well, a way to get smart about the what and why of these products.
And maybe get a few aha moments about language along the way.
Hopefully.
So our journey kicks off with this scenario from our sources. A friend loses her makeup bag, airport disaster.
Oh, no. The worst.
Right. So now she needs to replace a few things, but what starts as just needing, say, lipstick and nail polish.
Predictably balloons into something much, much bigger.
Okay, let's unpack this. That initial request, so simple sounding, right? A few things. For the lost bag.
But it spirals so fast. That 5-minute stop is just never 5 minutes, is it?
Never. And the sources show the conversation just explodes beyond the bare minimum almost immediately.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating is how quickly it moves past what you'd think are the absolute essentials. It kind of shows that for a lot of people, personal care involves, well, a bigger toolkit than you might guess, like lipstick.
Okay, lipstick seems basic enough.
It is. It's seen as a staple, something loads of women carry, but it's more than just, paint for your lips.
Right.
It can instantly change how you feel, how you look, and the design, the stick form, that's practical.
Yeah, the twisting thing.
Exactly. Twisting up and down so it doesn't get all over your purse. And we're not just talking color. There are finishes, too, like matte, satin, sheer.
Ah, okay, so different licks from just one type of product. Makes sense how a quick swipe can change your vibe.
Totally. And right after lipstick, in the source, nail polish comes up.
Another big one.
Very popular, yeah. Painting your nails a certain color, maybe adding designs. It's about expression.
And polish, that word itself just means shiny, right? Like for wood?
Generally, yes. Anything that makes something shiny or smooth. But here, specifically, it's lacquer for fingernails or toenails. Again, it's not just color. You've got high gloss, metallic, glitter, even matte finishes with the top coat.
Wow. It sounds like a whole process sometimes. Base coat, color coats, top coat.
It can be. Depends how into it you are.
Okay, so here's where our sources get really interesting. The conversation zooms right in on eye makeup.
Ah, yes. The eyes.
Our friend apparently says, just for my eyes, I have to get. And this leads to the guy friend joking, this is basically a crayon.
Yeah, you can see why he'd say that. But it makes you think, why so much stuff just for the eyes?
Right. What's the deal?
Well, it really points to this desire to make the eyes a focal point, make them more pronounced, more expressive.
Okay.
Let's start with eyeliner. It might look like a pencil or a crayon sometimes.
Yeah.
But its job is super specific. You draw a line, top or bottom lash line, to define the eye shape.
And it comes in different types, not just pencils.
Oh, yeah. Pencils give a softer look. Liquid liners are for those sharp, dramatic wings you see. Gel liners can be smudged for a smoky effect. Lots of options.
Wings, right, like the cat eye look.
Exactly. That's a classic winged liner. Really lifts the eye.
Okay. And then there's that slightly scary-looking tool, the eyelash curler.
Ah, the curler. Yeah, it looks a bit like a medieval torture device sometimes. People joke it'll pop your eye out.
Definitely looks intimidating.
But it's a game changer. You use it on your eyelashes, the hairs, to give them an upward curl.
So they look longer.
Longer, yeah. And it makes your eyes look more open, more awake. It's basically like a little press for your lashes. Gives them that lift.
Gotcha. Okay, what about eyeshadow? That seems like where all the color comes in.
Totally. Eyeshadow is mainly for your eyelid, but people blend it up into the crease, towards the brow bone.
To add depth.
Exactly, depth and dimension. You could do a subtle wash of color, dramatic smoky eye, or that really sharp cut crease look.
Cut crease? Sounds intense.
It's quite graphic, yeah. And eyeshadow comes in like every color and texture imaginable.
And eyebrows. There's stuff for them, too.
Oh, definitely. The eyebrow pencil. Super important. Brows frame the whole face.
Right.
So the pencil helps fill them in, maybe makes them look darker or thicker, defines the shape, usually brown or black, to look natural.
Okay. And one more for the eyes. Mascara. You called it a basic.
Yeah, mascara is another basic, like lipstick. Almost everyone uses it. It's kind of like a tiny brush for your eyelashes.
You just paint them.
Pretty much. Paint some black or brown usually, makes them look really long and thick, adds that final definition. Different brushes do different things too, length, volume, curl.
Wow. Okay, so that's a lot just for the eyes.
It is.
So moving on from the eyes. The conversation naturally drifts towards the rest of the face, and the cost.
Always the cost.
The male friend asks, how much is all this going to cost? And he thinks the prices are outrageous. That sticker shock is real.
Absolutely real. And thinking bigger picture, getting that smooth, even look, often starts with a base layer. That's foundation.
Foundation, like for a building.
Exactly the same idea. It's a base for your face. The main goal is to smooth your skin out, make the color and texture look even.
And it comes as liquid or powder.
Yep. Liquid foundation gives you buildable coverage. Powder is more matte. There are creams and sticks, too, for more coverage. Finding the right shade and type for your skin is kind of an art.
And sometimes foundation isn't enough. You need more targeted stuff.
Exactly. That's where concealer comes in, what the source called cover-up.
Ah, cover-up. Okay.
So foundation is for overall evenness, but concealer is for specific spots, hiding blemishes, dark under-eye circles, pimples,
Like spot treatment.
Pretty much. You put it on top, usually just where needed to hide that small red dot or whatever. Often matches your skin or maybe a bit lighter.
Okay. And for lips, there was something else besides lipstick.
Lip gloss.
Right, lip gloss. It's different from lipstick. Lipstick can be kind of dry or flat, matte. Lip gloss makes things look wet, shiny.
Give that plump look.
Yeah, adds shine, makes lips look fuller. It's about texture again. And that friend's reaction, calling lipstick a stupid $30 crayon.
Yeah, outrageous.
It really hits on that value perception thing. People are often shocked by the cost if they don't know about the ingredients, the R&D, the branding.
Totally. But then the conversation takes this great turn. The woman points out, what about you? Your razors, aftershave, cologne, gel.
The counter argument, classic.
It's such a good reminder, isn't it? Personal care isn't just a one-sided thing. Absolutely not. It raises that point that personal care, broadly speaking, is an investment everyone makes, or many people do, regardless of gender. It's about looking and feeling a certain way.
Okay, so let's break down his stuff. Razors first.
Right, and crucial point. Razors are not just a guy thing. Loads of people use them.
True.
A razor is basically a blade, right? A sharp piece of metal to cut hair. Men shave their faces, sure, chins, mustaches.
But women use them on legs, underarms.
Exactly. Legs, other body hair. And modern razors are pretty fancy multi-blades moisture strips, trying to make it less irritating.
And after the shave, for guys, comes aftershave. Is it just about the smell?
Mostly applied after we shave our beard, yeah. But it's more than just smelling nice. It often has antiseptic stuff or soothing ingredients.
Why?
Because shaving can really irritate the skin. It can hurt, or the hairs underneath get itchy. Aftershave helps calm that down.
Prevents razor burn.
Yeah, prevents razor burn, ingrown hairs, leaves skin feeling cleaner, refreshed, and yeah, usually smells good too.
Okay, then cologne. That's specifically the man smell, right?
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, cologne's typically marketed for men to smell nice. And there's an important language difference usually.
What's that?
Women usually wear perfume. Think Chanel No. 5, stuff like that. Perfume generally has a higher concentration of fragrance oils, lasts longer.
Okay.
For guys, it's usually called cologne, often a bit lighter. And note the spelling, C-O-L-O-G-N-E. And you say cologne, not colonna.
Got it. Cologne. It's like an invisible accessory.
Exactly. Perfume or cologne is part of your personal style.
All right. Hairstyling, gel and mousse came up. What's the difference there?
Okay, so hair gel, often used for like longer hairstyles you want to control or maybe really spiky hair.
Because it's strong.
Yeah, it's usually a thick like paste. You put it in your hair to keep it in one place, gives strong hold, makes hair feel a little bit hard, holds the style all day, often looks shiny or wet.
And mousse.
Mousse is different. It's kind of like a foam. Comes in a spray can, puffs out this white stuff that looks a bit like whipped cream. Very fluffy, yeah.
Yeah.
And the hold is less strong than gel. It won't make your hair look or feel hard. It gives volume, body, helps you shape it, but with a more natural, flexible finish.
Is mousse just for women?
Nope, definitely not gender specific. Lots of people use it to boost curls or add volume without that stiff feeling you get from gel.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of products, but what does this all mean, beyond the shopping list? The dialogue itself, the way people talked in our sources, it's full of these common everyday English phrases that can be, well, a bit tricky sometimes.
Absolutely. And connecting this to actually communicating, understanding these phrases is key to sounding natural in English conversations. It's about context.
Right. So let's decode a few. First up, grab a bite to eat.
Ah, classic.
Yeah.
It's just a really natural, colloquial way to say, let's go get something to eat. Super common.
Does it have to be small, like just a snack?
Not necessarily. It can mean something small, like let's grab a snack or ice cream. But people use it for dinner too. Well, we'll grab a bite after work.
So it implies casualness.
Yep. Exactly. Usually means quick, informal, not some fancy sit-down meal. And it's useful to remember bite can be a noun, like take a bite, or a verb, the dog bites.
Okay. And that other one, pick up a few things in the shopping context.
Yeah, that can definitely trip people up if they take it literally. In shopping, pick up almost always means to buy.
Not just physically lift it.
Right. If I say, can you pick up milk on your way home? I mean, buy it.
Okay. So it's about acquiring it. usually by purchase in that context.
Yes, though you can also pick up skills like I picked up some Spanish. Context is everything.
Definitely. And lastly, that great reaction, are you nuts?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a fun one. Nuts here means crazy, out of your mind. It's an adjective.
Like you're saying the person is literally insane.
Well, no, not usually. In that shopping dialogue, he's not seriously questioning her sanity. It's more an expression of disbelief, maybe shock at the potential cost.
Like, are you serious? This seems like a bad idea.
Exactly that. It challenges their logic or expresses surprise, often with some humor. You could also say, are you kidding me? Or are you out of your mind? Same kind of feeling.
Okay, that makes sense. So we started this whole deep dive with a seemingly simple 5-minute stop.
Yeah, just a quick errand.
But it led us down this fascinating rabbit hole, didn't it? Into the details of personal care, eyeliners, aftershave, and all the specific language that goes with it.
It's a great example of how much detail and meaning is packed into our everyday routines.
For sure. What really stands out, I think, is just how much hidden complexity and specific vocabulary exists in these daily rituals.
These aren't just items on a shelf. They're about choices, habits, and a whole language we might not even notice we're using.
And hopefully understanding it a bit better now makes it more valuable. You've got a clearer picture of this little corner of life and language.
Yeah, knowledge is great, but applying it, understanding the context, that's key.
Indeed. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? How many other seemingly simple everyday things, buying groceries, making coffee, might have their own rich, detailed deep dive just waiting.
That's a great point. Maybe the real depth is hiding in all those details we usually just rush past.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You pop into a store to grab just a couple of things, and suddenly what should be a super simple trip spirals into a whole expedition. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most common places this happens, the cosmetics aisle. So, our story starts with a simple, pretty relatable problem. You lose your makeup bag, and now you have to replace all the essentials. Seems straightforward enough, right? The mission is clear. Famous last words, aren't they? Just a few things. The plan is always so modest. You think, 5 minutes, in and out. But as anyone who's ever found themselves in this situation knows, it is rarely, if ever, that simple. And that's when it hits, the frustration. What was supposed to be a quick stop has completely ballooned into an hour-long ordeal, and you're just surrounded by this overwhelming wall of products. But here's the thing. The confusion isn't just about the sheer number of items staring back at you. It's about the cost. And that's where things get really, really interesting and maybe a little bit shocking. This is that moment of pure disbelief. You look down at this small pile of stuff in your basket and realize that your few things are adding up to a truly wild amount of money. But why? Well, let's just zoom in on a single item. From an outside perspective, it's easy to dismiss some of these products, right? I mean, take an eyeliner pencil. The shape is familiar, it looks pretty straightforward. You might even think, hey, this is basically just a crayon. But is it? And then you see the price tag, $30 for the crayon. That price, it just perfectly captures that sticker shock. It's the moment you realize there's this huge disconnect between what these products look like and what they actually do. So to really get the cost, we have to understand the categories. Okay, so let's try to demystify some of these essentials. We're going to start with the foundational products, the ones that create the canvas for everything else. So foundation is quite literally the canvas for everything that comes next. It doesn't matter if it's a sheer liquid or a full coverage powder, its main job is to create a perfectly uniform base, evening out your skin tone and texture so that every other product you put on top can look its best. Now beyond the face, we get into color and shine. These products seem simple, but each one has a very distinct purpose. You've got lipstick, which provides the actual color. Then there's lip gloss, which delivers that high-shine, light-reflecting finish. And nail polish just extends that whole idea of color and durability right to your fingertips. Each one is a whole category in and of itself. And now we move to the most detailed area of the face, the eyes. If foundation is the canvas, this part is the fine art. This is where the product list really explodes, and it's where a lot of the complexity and, frankly, the cost is concentrated. So, let's go back to our shopping trip scenario for a second. The character in our story says she needs a whole list of things just for my eyes. What does that actually entail? What's in the bag? Well, here's your answer. It's not one or two things, it's 5 distinct, separate products, all just for the eye area. And each one has a super specific job, so let's break them down real quick. First up is our $30 crayon, the eyeliner. Its whole job is about definition. You use it to create a sharp line right at the base of the lashes, which anchors the eye shape and makes your lashes look way fuller. Next up, eyeshadow. This is all about adding dimension and color directly to the eyelid. You can go from really subtle neutral tones that create depth to these bold, vibrant shades for a super dramatic effect. Its function is pretty much purely artistic. Then we have the products that basically frame the eyes. Eyebrow pencils are all about structure. You use them to fill in, shape, and define your brows. And mascara, well, that's for the lashes. It's a coating designed to add length, volume, and dark pigment. For a lot of people, this is the one product they will not leave the house without. And finally, there's this very unique tool, the eyelash curler. It's totally mechanical. There's no formula, no color. It's just a simple press that bends the lashes upward, creating this illusion of length and making your eyes look more open. And this quote just brilliantly illustrates how some people see it. I mean, let's be honest. It looks a little bit intimidating, doesn't it? Almost like some kind of medical device. But for the people who swear by it, it is an absolutely crucial step for making their eyes pop. So, after all that, it's pretty easy to think of this whole thing as a one-sided expense. But the source material is really quick to point out that grooming and cosmetic products are definitely not exclusive to just one gender. And this is the counter-argument, right? The world of men's grooming has its own very extensive and very expensive lineup of products, from all the shaving essentials to hairstyling and fragrances. You know, an interesting little distinction comes up in the world of fragrance. Even though the chemistry underneath can be really similar, the marketing and the words we use are sharply divided. By convention, a fragrance marketed to women is called a perfume, while the term for a men's fragrance is cologne.
And of course, the grooming routine extends far beyond fragrance. It's a whole system, right? It covers everything from the daily shave with razors and soothing aftershaves, all the way to hairstyling with products like a Stronghold gel or a lighter, volumizing mousse. So, after navigating all these different bottles and pencils and tools, a much clearer picture starts to emerge. The world of personal products, whether you call it cosmetics or grooming, is huge. It's highly specialized, and yet, it's often surprisingly expensive for pretty much everyone. Which brings us to our final question for you. When you look at all these products, what do you see? Are they just non-negotiable parts of your daily routine? Are they tools for creativity, for expressing who you are? Or, at the end of the day, are they just beautifully packaged, very, very expensive crayons? I guess the answer really depends on who you ask.